All right, so word problem. Suppose you have a job mowing lawns that pays $12 per hour. You also have a clothing store that pays $10 per hour. You need to learn at least $350 per week. So at least, in order to earn at least, I cannot learn less than that. So I have to earn more than or equal to that. So that's greater than or equal to. Also means plus. Okay, you can work no more than 35 hours per week. No more means less than or equal to, because we can't work more than that. You must work at least, here's that at least word again, so this is greater than or equal to, 10 hours. So at least is less than or equal to, and this is at the clothing store. For whatever reason, they'll lose their job. So I'm going to define X to be hours mowing lawns, and Y to be hours at clothing stores. Okay, so we earn $12 per hour mowing lawns, and we also earn $10 per hour at the clothing store. And we need to earn greater than or equal to $350 a week. Our next equation is going to be the amount of hours we work in total has to be less than or equal to 35. And at the clothing store, remember clothing store is Y, we have to work at least being greater than or equal to, I keep flipping around, 10 hours. So, this is where we graph it. And because I want to save us some time, I graphed it in Desmos. So here in Desmos, we notice we have 12x plus 10y is greater than or equal to 350. If you notice, that's kind of cool. Looks like this. It's about 35. Okay, cool. All right, so then let's graph x plus y is less than or equal to 35. All right, so we start to see this little sliver. So do you see this sliver right here? It's a thing. So this little sliver is so far our solution, but we have one more requirement. We have to make more than or equal to $10 an hour. Well, 10 hours. We have to work more than or equal to 10 hours at the clothing store. So that means that this part right here, the green, blue, and red, where they all intersect, this tiny little sliver right here, is my possible solutions. So the least amount of hours she can work is 10 hours at the salon. 10 hours at the clothing store and 21 hours at the other place. But then we've got this point over here that's another bound. You can't work more than 25 hours at that place. Then we've got this up here. She can work at most 35 hours at the clothing store and 0 hours, and she still just barely makes enough money. Just barely. See how they intersect right there? They just barely make enough money. So this sliver right here represents all the number of combinations of hours that she could work at both stores. That's kind of cool. All right, so now all you have left is the recap, and then you are done for today. Great job.